Welcome to Messages from the Universe with Lori Wondra. Lori is an internationally renowned psychic medium, author, and shamanic practitioner, sharing insights from angels, guides, wisdom keepers, and teachers of the universe that help you navigate life's mysteries and transformations.
Hello, I am Lori Wondra, and thank you for listening. Today I want to talk about living our dreams. Not just dreaming, but actually living our dreams. Now, the human mind is a remarkable construct. It's capable of vivid memories, boundless imagination, and deep emotional resonance. Our ability to dream, to envision better realities, and to aspire has propelled civilizations forward. Yet, when dreams of the past become mental anchors instead of wings, they can trap us in nostalgia, disillusionment, and denial. The human soul is a dynamic expression of energy, ever evolving and creating through intention, thought, emotion, and certainly vibration. Dreams are seeds of manifestation, energetic blueprints born from the heart and spirit, guiding us towards the experiences that reflect our deepest desires and soul contracts. However, when we live in yesterday's dreams, visions that may have been based on outdated beliefs or former versions of ourself, or even unaligned timelines, we become energetically stuck. This stasis dims our vibrational frequency and prevents us from aligning with the higher timeline of our present and future potential. Living in yesterday's dreams blinds us to today's realities and to the possibilities of tomorrow's hopes. It's not only a psychological or physiological truth, it's also a spiritual and energetic one. I was curious about how clinging to dreams of the past might impact our energy field, our energetic alignment, and disconnect us from the present moment. The only space where manifestation occurs, it blocks the frequency of hope that is essential for future co-creation with the universe. And this is what I got. Dreams are not inherently negative. In fact, they are foundational to our growth. From childhood, we dream about becoming something. Astronauts, artists, leaders, or explorers, teachers, and doctors. These early visions help us navigate the world. They help us set goals and build a sense of purpose. For some, it is the voice to our soul plan. Dreams are seeds. They are intentions waiting to be nurtured and to bloom. However, dreams do evolve. What may have been meaningful at one point may no longer serve us. This is where the danger lies. When we attach too tightly to this idealized past, especially one that was never fully realized, we can begin to distort our present. Rather than reassessing or recalibrating based on current realities, we might insist on making the present conform to an outdated blueprint. This misalignment can lead to cognitive dissonance, emotional stagnation, and missed opportunities. In psychology, this is sometimes seen in complicated grief or romantic nostalgia, where the idealization of a past state prevents someone from processing current events or even stops them from planning for the future. Dreams are not just mental constructs. They are energetic intentions encoded with vibration. When we dream, whether we're sleeping, daydreaming, or we're consciously setting goals, we emit frequencies that interact with the quantum field. This field, according to both metaphysical teachings and quantum physics, responds not to what we think we want, but to what we feel, believe, and align with energetically. In the beginning, our dreams are alive with high frequency, inspiration, excitement, curiosity, and soul purpose. However, as time passes, those dreams can become distorted by fear, ego, or attachment, Instead of evolving with our spiritual growth, we may try to crystallize them, holding them in place even when our frequency has shifted. This is when yesterday's dreams become energetic blockages. When we continue to pour energy into outdated dreams, we unconsciously lower our vibration. We align with frequencies of regret, longing, comparison, and sometimes illusion, none of which are conducive to manifestation or spiritual evolution. From a vibrational standpoint, attachment binds us to the past and creates energetic loops. These loops can keep our auric field clogged with old emotions and thought patterns, preventing new energies from flowing in. Nostalgia, while emotionally comforting, often carries a distortion. It romanticizes a version of the past that may not have ever even existed in the form we remember. It is a frequency of the mind, but not of truth. Spirituality, this type of nostalgia, reflects a root chakra imbalance, fear of change or loss of safety. And when our root chakra is imbalanced, we cling to the familiar, even when it is no longer serving us. This dissonance weakens our connection to our intuitive guidance system, our higher chakras, particularly the heart, the third eye, the expanded chakras, which are all necessary for aligned visioning and heart-led manifestation. So only by healing the energetic wounds that keep us anchored in the past can we truly release ourselves from yesterday's dreams and raise our frequency to meet the current moment. So from a spiritual perspective, the present moment is sacred. It is the only space where energy becomes form, where thoughts are transmuted into reality, where the soul can embody its highest potential. All manifestations occur now, not in the past and not in some distant future. They occur now. So living in the past scatters our energy. It diffuses our power into timelines we no longer occupy. When our energy is focused on what we should have been, we are unavailable for what is becoming and what we are. This disconnect creates delays in manifestation, stagnation in personal growth, and sometimes even karmic repeats where the soul must relive certain patterns to be jolted back into present moments. Ancient spiritual traditions like Buddhism, Advaita, Vanti, and indigenous wisdom all teach the importance of present moment awareness. Similarly, contemporary energy teachers like Abraham Hicks or Joe Dispenza emphasize that elevated emotions such as gratitude, joy, love, combined with clear intentions in the now are what activate the law of attraction and quantum manifestation. Carl Jung emphasized the importance of individuation, becoming who you truly are by integrating all parts of yourself, including your past and present experiences. But individuation requires living in the now, not in yesterday's version of who you hoped to become. When we resist acknowledging present reality, whether it be a shift in circumstances, the ending of a dream, or the emergence of a new soul calling, we create friction in our energy field. And this friction often manifests as anxiety, confusion, fatigue, or even physical illness. Our bodies and spirits are always seeking coherence. Denial of present truth creates incoherence, which translates into disconnection from source energy. Energetically, truth vibrates higher than illusion. Denial lowers vibration, making it difficult for us to receive divine guidance or act on intuitive nudges. Spirituality, this becomes a misalignment with divine timing when we refuse to see what is now. We can't align with what is next, thus embracing reality, however imperfect or unexpected, is an act of spiritual maturity and vibrational recalibration. It allows us to come back into resonance with our higher self, with the earth, and with the greater unfolding of our soul's journey. From a spiritual perspective, many traditions emphasize the importance of presence. Obsessing over past dreams detaches us from the immediacy and the richness of being in the present moment. Nothing is fixed, and all is in flux, but attachment to your past visions is a source of suffering. It's something that holds you to a place in time that is never moving forward. And the dangers of ignoring today's realities are both internal and external. On a personal level, ignoring reality means ignoring one's needs, your surroundings, and relationships. You cannot form meaningful connections if you are interacting with people through the lens of past expectations. You also cannot fully address issues like mental health, financial strain, or personal stagnation if your attention is on a life that was supposed to happen but didn't. On a global scale, today's pressing issues, climate change, political instability, mental health crisis, require present moment awareness and collective action. If we spend our time mourning a past world or idealizing what used to be, we lose the opportunity to innovate and collaborate in solving real-time problems of present time. Moreover, reality has a way of asserting itself. No matter how compelling the dream of yesterday may be, reality continues to move forward. Ignoring this truth leads to disillusionment and often painful wake-up calls. To release an old dream is to undergo a sacred death, a symbolic shedding of identity, intention, and sometimes ego. In spiritual traditions, this is often referred to as the dark night of the soul, a period where what once guided us falls away so that a more authentic path can emerge. It doesn't have to be painful. Sometimes it can be overwhelming and challenging, but it's necessary. And grief is not only natural, it is spiritual. When we grieve a dream that no longer aligns, we are honoring its purpose. We're blessing its existence and making space for something new. Just as nature releases its leaves in fall, we too must let go of outdated dreams so that new visions, born of higher frequency, current time, and deeper soul truth, can rise. And here's the mystery. When we release from a place of love and trust, not fear and not failure, the universe often surprises us. What returns is not always the same dream, but something more aligned, more resonant with who we've become. That is the miracle of surrender. Hope is not wishful thinking. It is a vibrational state. Hope opens the heart chakra and communicates to the universe that, hey, I'm available for grace. And while yesterday's dreams may be rooted in outdated programs, tomorrow's hopes are encoded with new light codes, energetic frequencies that match our expanded consciousness. To move from living in the past to creating the future, we must activate the frequency of embodied hope. So this kind of hope is not passive. It is an energetic stance, courageous and curious and co-creative. It involves trusting the unseen, listening to intuition, and taking inspired action. We manifest not by dreaming of what once was, but by aligning our vibration today with the essence of what we desire tomorrow. This is where affirmations, visualizations, sound healing, spiritual rituals become tools for energetic alignment. And when we feel the emotion of our future as if it already exists, we draw it towards us through the law of resonance. And on a personal note, we all have moments where the dream didn't match reality. A failed relationship, a career detour, or a personal goal that was unmet. These moments can be deeply painful, but they're not an end. They're invitations to reimagine. It is the death and the rebirth that is powerful. Think of someone who dreamed maybe of becoming a concert pianist, but perhaps suffered an injury. Initially, the dream felt dead, but upon embracing the new realities, they might have become a composer, a music therapist, an advocate for accessibility in the arts. The core of the dream, the expression, the connection, the beauty, that all remains, but it has evolved. Our dreams have space and energy to evolve. When we shift from asking, why didn't my dream come true, to what can I create now? We reclaim agency and enter into the realm of possibility again. To truly shift from yesterday's dreams into tomorrow's hopes, we must raise our frequency. And this involves inner healing, conscious living, and spiritual practices that reconnect us to source. It's being real, it's being now. In some ways to help us recalibrate and find our vibrational resonance, tools that can help us include daily meditation or mindfulness, being in the present moment, energy clearing, Reiki, breathwork, sound healing, help us release old attachments, journaling or automatic writing to connect with your higher self's vision, gratitude practices to attune your heart to the energy of abundance and hope, and conscious community to mirror back your soul's light. And when your vibration rises, you naturally begin to attract people, opportunities, and experiences that reflect your soul's true path, not the path your ego once dreamed of, but the path your higher self encoded long before this incarnation. Ultimately, this is what it means to be a conscious co-creator in your life, not to force the old dream to materialize, but to co-create with the universe from the energetic frequency of your truth now. Living in the past places you in the frequency of memory, but living in the now places you in the frequency of miracle, possibility, openings. Each moment is an invitation to choose again, to recalibrate your vision, and to trust the sacred unfolding of your soul's plan. And when you do that, when you meet life as it is and still choose to hope, to love, to dream again, you awaken the highest possibilities of tomorrow. Living in yesterday's dreams is natural but potentially dangerous state. While dreams are essential to our development and purpose, their shelf life must be acknowledged. When we cling to them beyond their time, we lose touch with reality and the fertile ground of the present moment. We become blind not only to what is, but to what could be. Clearing out our closets, organizing, releasing, not just as physical things and material things, but it's also part of our dream state, our goals, our visions. To live fully, we must be willing to grieve the dream that no longer serves us, to recalibrate based on what we know now, and step forward into the unknown with open hearts. Yesterday's dreams certainly can inform us, but they should never define us. If it is only by seeing today clearly that we can shape a tomorrow worth living. Living in yesterday's dreams may offer comfort, but it also limits our vibrational access to the present and to the infinite field of possibility that awaits us. Spirituality and energetically, we must learn to release what no longer resonates in order to rise into a higher octave of our being. The key is alignment. When we are energetically aligned with the now, we become powerful magnets for healing, synchronicity, and manifestation. We remember that we are not victims of a lost dream. We are architects of a living future. So honor the dreams that once carried you, that you once spent time pondering and modifying. Bless them for what they taught you. And then, With an open heart and an elevated spirit, step fully into the present moment, the true portal where yesterday is healed, today is embraced, and tomorrow is born. Be present, be now. Breathe in this moment. And I want to thank you for taking time in this moment, for joining me and listening. I'm Lori Wondra of Your Life Core. Thank you so very much for connecting today.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe. For information about Lori Wondra's current events or to schedule a private session, visit her website, yourlifecore.com. You can also subscribe to our monthly newsletter. Lori also shares inspirational and informational messages on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening.